You can't eat. You can't sleep. Every song on the radio seems to be about them. You check your phone 100 times a day, suffering through agonizing silence, just hoping for a single emoji to validate your existence. Society calls this being in love. Movies call it romance. But neurologists call it something else entirely. It is a clinically recognized, involuntary cognitive state called limerence, and it does not look like love. It acts exactly like a cocaine addiction. By the end of this video, you will understand the exact neuroscience of why you cannot stop thinking about them, why the rejection actually makes the obsession worse, and the biological method to finally break the chemical hold they have on your brain. The term limerence was coined in 1979 by psychologist Dorothy Tennov, who realized that the pining, obsessive lover was not experiencing a higher form of romance, but a distinct neurological state. In limerence, the subject of your affection is known as the limerent object. Notice the word object, because to your brain, they aren't a complex human being with flaws and needs. They are a chemical delivery system. When you interact with them or even just think about them, your brain releases a massive flood of dopamine and norepinephrine. You feel euphoric, energized, and alive. But there is a catch. The high only lasts if the outcome is uncertain. To understand the trap, we have to look at what happens to your serotonin levels. In a healthy, secure relationship, serotonin is stable, providing feelings of calm, safety, and connection. But in limerence, serotonin drastically plummets. In fact, brain scans of people in limerence look almost identical to brain scans of patients with obsessive-compulsive disorder. This is why you get intrusive thoughts. You try to stop thinking about them, but the low serotonin physically prevents your brain from shifting gears. You replay a 5-second conversation you had with them 3 months ago, analyzing their tone of voice, convinced that a slight pause meant they secretly hate you. It isn't a choice. It is a chemical scarcity loop. But here is where the addiction truly takes hold. If they gave you constant, predictable attention, your brain would eventually habituate, the dopamine would level out, and the limerence would fade. So, your brain does something terrifying. It becomes addicted to the intermittency. It becomes addicted to the rejection. This is driven by the ventral tegmental area, or VTA, a region in the midbrain that processes reward prediction. When you get a text from them, your VTA spikes. But when they ignore you for 3 days, your VTA goes into a state of hypersensitivity, craving the next hit. You are essentially playing a romantic slot machine, and the house always wins. And the physical symptoms you feel, that isn't butterflies, that is pure biology. The sudden spike in norepinephrine triggers your sympathetic nervous system. Your heart races, your palms sweat. You feel a literal physical pain in your chest when they pull away. Neurologists call this social pain, and it activates the exact same neural regions as breaking a bone or burning your hand. Your brain does not distinguish between emotional rejection and physical danger. So, you don't just want them. Your brain is literally telling you that your survival depends on them staying. You are running a high-performance reward circuit on a hardware system that is in a state of chronic distress. And if this kind of breakdown, where we take the feelings that are completely consuming your life and show you the exact, hard neurological science behind them, is what you're looking for, this is exactly what mindconnect exists for. If you want to understand your brain instead of just being controlled by it, this is a great time to subscribe, because we decode the biology of your human experience every single week. And here is the devastating twist that changes everything about how you see this state. Limerence is not about the other person. It is a psychological anesthetic. Psychologists have found that limerence almost always triggers during periods of personal transition, deep loneliness, or a loss of identity. The obsessive, all-consuming focus on the Limerence object serves a very specific purpose. It distracts you from your own life. You aren't obsessing over them because they are perfect. You are obsessing over them because looking at your own reality is too painful. The limerence acts as a shield. As long as your brain is burning 90% of its fuel trying to decode their text messages, it doesn't have the energy to deal with the fact that you feel lost, unfulfilled, or inadequate. So here is the honest reframe. You are not weak, you are not crazy, and you are not experiencing a tragic movie star romance. You are experiencing a highly predictable, deeply documented neurochemical addiction. The anxiety, the euphoria, the intrusive thoughts, these are not signs of true love. They are signs of a dysregulated nervous system reacting to intermittent reinforcement. Real love is calm. Real love is secure. Real love doesn't require you to lose your mind to prove its depth. Limerence is not the peak of human connection. It is a biological distress signal. So how do you break the chemical hold? Step 1 is absolute dopamine detoxification. Just like a cocaine addict cannot casually use just a little bit, you cannot casually check their social media. Every time you look at their profile, you are pulling the lever on the slot machine, resetting the addiction cycle. You must cut the supply line. Step 2 is recognizing that the withdrawal will be physical. When you stop engaging, your norepinephrine will spike, causing real anxiety and chest pain. Expect it. Label it. Say to yourself, this is my brain going through chemical withdrawal, not my soulmate mourning a loss. Naming the biological process engages your prefrontal cortex and dampens the amygdala's panic. Step 3 is the most important. You have to fill the neurological void. Limerence hijacked your brain's reward circuitry, giving you a false sense of purpose. When you remove it, your brain will desperately search for a replacement. You must deliberately redirect that obsessive energy into high-friction, high-reward activities. Hard exercise, deep creative work, building a new skill. You have to force your brain to build new neural pathways that don't rely on their validation to feel alive. The energy you are spending analyzing them is immense. Imagine what happens when you finally point that 500 megawatt spotlight at your own life. I want you to go to the comments right now and type the words, "I am breaking the chemical loop." Type it, claim it, and start the separation today. If this video made sense of a feeling that has been torturing you, this is exactly what mindconnect is here for. We decode the neuroscience of your human experience so you can stop being controlled by your own brain chemistry. Hit like, subscribe for more deep dives, and send this to the friend who is trapped in a situationship they can't escape. They need to hear this the most. See you in the next one.